Hi artists! Let's get ready to draw our animal portraits today. You will need your source image or the picture that you chose from your Chromebook or a how to draw video that someone else made. Maybe you would like to use one of the books that we have in the classroom. Many how to draw books and even how to draw videos start with basic shapes and lines first and then add details after you get the basic shape down. That's what I'm going to show you today. The first image I chose as an example is a picture of a black lab. I actually printed it out so it's a little bit easier to see when I am drawing with you today. Remember, we are drawing an animal portrait, just the animal's head. Think about whether your animal is going to be symmetrical or asymmetrical. My dog here is symmetrical. He is pretty much the same on both sides. I am looking at the shape of the dog's face. I am going to start with a basic circle for the dog's head and then add on shapes like the muzzle and the ears. I'm really looking closely at the lines and the shapes that I see. Don't even think about your animal as an animal. Be an art detective. Really look closely at the direction the lines are going and the shapes that things are making. I notice that the dog's nose is in the middle, so I am going to go ahead and get a few basic details there. His mouth is making that rainbow line, and I know that his eyes are going to be even on both sides because he's looking straight at me. So I drew some perpendicular or crisscross lines to show where the middle of my dog's face will be. I'm thinking about the shape that the ears are making. And remember, if you sketch or draw lightly, you can go back and you can erase or edit if you need to. Now that I have the basic shape of things and I think my sketch looks similar to my dog photograph, I am going to start adding more details. So I'm really going to look closely at the shapes and the lines that I see. Again, it's great when we start with a pencil and we can erase if we need to. Here, I'm really looking at the texture of the dog's fur and the direction that the hairs are going. I'm really looking at the shape of the lines, whether they are pointy or curved, and adding the little details that I see. Again, I'm not looking at it like a dog. I'm looking at it as lines and shapes that come together to make my dog. There, I think my dog's sketch is pretty much done, so I'm ready to add color next time. I made sure that my drawing was symmetrical, just like the photograph. Here I'm looking at a photograph of an eagle. This is asymmetrical. We are looking at the profile or the side of the eagle's head, so it is not the same on both sides. Again, I am going to start by finding the middle of my paper. I am going to decide what lines and shapes that I see. I see an oval here that makes the head of the bird, and I'm going to go from there. I notice that the beak is a curved line that comes out from the side of the eagle's head, so I'm going to try and replicate that on my drawing. I'm looking at how far the beak goes back onto the bird's head, and I'm going back over my lines again and again, and I'm going to use my eraser if I need to. Here I am looking at the direction that the lines are going and the shapes that they are making. I'm going to go back and start adding some texture, like the feathers on my eagle. Again, looking at the direction those lines are going. I am going to start adding details like the eye I'm going to look closely at the shapes and the details that I see. Remember, if we draw lightly or sketch, then we are able to go back and erase. I love starting with a pencil because I use my eraser all the time. Like here, I notice that he looks a little bit more angry in the photograph than in my drawing. So I added that little line there to give him that stare. I think I'm happy with the way my drawing came out, so I'm done and I'm ready to add color. Have fun with yours and be creative.